the subject of sanctity is a very important part of the Christian faith, and in fact, very important part of our teaching. As we can remember, the Bible teaches us that God created us as human beings in his likeness and image, and then he expects for us. The Bible says that he actually created us, and everything that he created was actually very good. And also with human nature as well, he created us to be the best that he could have achieved in being the apex of his creation. And he wanted us to continue to be in that good nature and optimum of our creativity. So the essence of sanctity becomes very important as part of our teaching of our faith. And in the New Testament, if we read in the book of John, it tells us about how he specifically mentioned to us that we needed to make sure that we do not allow anything that would devalue the quality of life. And then he teaches us that, he has come, that Jesus came to give us life and to give us that life more abundantly. And it is in that way that I believe we can continue to sustain the quality of life and the essence of holiness of life as God created it to be in the first place. I think we needed to try and understand the mind of Jesus in a sense, and he wanted us to do that because he didn't just bring to us a message. He wanted us to have that message, understand it, and also able to give it to others. And I will summarize the message of Jesus in three ways. One is that he brought a message of the kingdom. Two, he cared for the people all around him, especially those who are the needy around him. And three, he also advocated for such people. And he wants us to do the same. So in what you have just mentioned, Jesus certainly wants us to care for people around us, especially people when we can identify that they have a need, a specific need. And dotted all around the Bible, we can see how he made sure that through his teachings, through his actions, through his attitude to people, he cared for them, genuinely cared for them. And if we're going to be true disciples of Jesus, we must also care for people around us. And these are the areas where I believe we can show our faith and show our love the way that he showed it when he was here, physically here on earth. How else can you show that you care for people around you than to do it the same way that he did it? He didn't do it by just talking about it. He demonstrated it. He actually showed it in a very essential way. Talking about the vaccines, we must be thankful at this point that we now have, as it were, an exit out of the horror of this virus being spread around us. And if we're going to look at the subject of whether to take the vaccines or not to take the vaccine, as much as we know that is a personal decision, I think we must look at the responsibility that puts on us to know that by you taking the vaccines, you are not only protecting yourselves, you are also protecting people around you so that you do not in any way ensure that they get the virus. So I would certainly recommend that it shows a good neighborliness. It shows a good point of care if we are able to just not talk about the vaccine, but take it and also encourage others to take it. And we can protect all ourselves and protect the whole community. Talking about miracles, talking about people who pray, I believe very strongly in the power of prayer. I believe when we pray, God answers prayer. I actually believe God still working miracles like he did in the days of old. I've seen tangible miracles that is being wrought in our days, in our time. However, we must not understand the fact that God asks us to pray so that he can heal us. He is the healer. He's the one who heals us. He's the one who will bring the healing. I want to say that healing is not automatic. I've read in the Bible of people who prayed and were never healed. So what I'm going to say to people, taking the vaccines does not stop you from praying. In fact, it adds on to what you have prayed. I want to believe that it will be a good practice for any believer to say that as much as they are praying, as much as they are caring for themselves, they also want to go to the extent of also showing the love that it goes to pass on to others. So taking the vaccine certainly does not stop you from praying. I believe that we can pray. However, in the absence of a deliberate, obvious, general solutions to what we are all going through now, I think we need to embrace this this avenue that has been shown to us that is applicably bringing us to and I'm narrowing down the spread of this COVID and the spread of this virus. I think it's important at this point in time. Personally, I am looking forward to being invited to take the vaccines. I've not been invited yet. I'm going to say that in answering this question, we must certainly rely on the facts that has been given to us. And we must go by the professionals, the scientists who have said to us that with everything being put in place, they have done all that they needed to do to ensure that these vaccines and this procedure is safe and is well and able to take us out of this COVID situation. However, they have also said that ongoing research is still going on, that they have not ended up to say that that is the end of things. However, we must say that as at where we are now, it is safe for us to take it. As to what is going to be discovered in the future, we must wait till that and make sure that we are able to be here to be able to embrace what comes on in the future. It can only get better, I believe, by what I have heard so far.
I think, as Pastor Tunde has said, the sanctity of life aspect of it, we must realize that, in trying to keep ourselves healthy, we also have a responsibility. We will all always have a responsibility towards others as well. And the confidence we have, that when we pray, that God answers us, that doesn't mean that we discard science. So I'd like to, all Earth's resources, everything we have, even science, God works through science. And so people mustn't say, I have prayed and therefore I'm not going to do what is scientific. Are you with me? So we all still sleep, we all eat, isn't it? These are things that were created. We use things that human beings have created in many other ways. We drive cars, isn't it? We use the microwave, we use our mobile phones. And so, Christians should see this, innovative, I will call it an innovative solution through science, the vaccine, as a gift from God. And so they should embrace it and they should keep on praying. So 1 Thessalonians 5:16 says, pray in all things. So yes, Christians out there, keep on praying, but embrace the fact that God can work through science, and he does work through science. And so I would say we mustn't discard or disdain even the discovery of science.